Alright, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Bobby W223 here. Well, let's go. Alright. Playing my favorite kart racing game, my favorite Mario Kart racing game, and my overall favorite racing game, period. Don't give a fuck what y'all niggas say. Mario Kart Double Dash is the shit. Nintendo needs to get on this for the Wii U and have a Mario Kart Double Dash style game online and make a nigga happy. You dig? Alright. I'm just going to say this real quick, you know. I know somebody's going to say, oh, PS3 fanboy, because I'm about to defend a PS3 exclusive, but I just gotta ask this, I gotta say this. The whole thing with the PlayStation All-Stars only having 20 characters thing. Who is it exactly that you guys heard say this? You know, because the only person that I've, you know, read on the internet that's actually said this is Sid Shuman, okay? A PlayStation blogger, okay? A guy that, you know, posts, you know, blogs. He's not a developer. He ain't signing nobody's checks. You know, he's not Jack Tritton or anybody above him. It's not, what's his name? Omar Kendall, you know, basically the head guy at Superbot Entertainment. It's not anybody from Sony Santa Monica Studios that I've seen in an interview, you know, in a video or read an article saying this. There's nobody of that, you know, caliber that I've read or seen in the video saying that there's going to be a maximum of 20 characters day one. The only person that I've seen or read saying this is Sid Shuman. Once again, not a developer. He ain't signed nobody's checks. Nothing like that. He could have easily said this to cover his ass. Maybe he wasn't sure if he had permission to talk about, you know, to talk about, you know, the game like that. You know, I've heard him and Jeff Rubenstein, you know, those guys say this in podcasts and things of that nature before that. There's times where they might know certain things about a game, but they're not sure if they have the permission to say it since they're not the developer and blah, blah, blah. So they'll usually just go ahead and lie, or they'll just, you know, talk about aspects of the game that they know for sure that they can talk about. So this could just been one of those situations to where, you know, he wasn't sure if he could say, yeah, there's going to be more than 20 characters when there hasn't been more than 20 that's been announced yet. You see what I'm saying? Even though there's articles that I've read already from, you know, a few weeks ago with Omar Kendall, once again, the head guy from Superbot Entertainment, saying that yes, there's going to be more than 20 characters in the game. And he was not talking about a DLC. Okay, you already know I can't, you know, talk and play at the same time. Yeah, I got 4 players. But he wasn't talking about a DLC, nothing like that, because the people in the article that I read, they asked him separate questions about, you know, Crash Bandicoot, about how many characters are going to be in the game, about DLC. Separate questions. So he, you know, he talked about the DLC, and then, you know, he was talking about the how many characters and all that stuff. So if he was going to say that yes, there's going to be 20 characters in the game day one, but there's going to be more over DLC, he would have stated that in, you know, the portion of the article where they were asking about DLC. But he's like, no, there's going to be more than 20 characters. And, you know, he's obviously talking about day one. You know, he's already said this. But for some reason now, Sid Shuman is just 100% confirmation for this game, because technically, yes, or not, I shouldn't say technically, but yes, he does work for Sony, but he's not, once again, like a Jack Tritton or somebody, you know, higher up than him. He's not somebody from Sony Santa Monica Studio. He's not somebody from Superbot, you know, Entertainment. He is a PlayStation blog poster, okay? His job is something that me or you can damn near do. I'm not trying to diss the guy. I'm not trying to say, you know, his job's not important. I'm not saying that, you know, it's not difficult, nothing like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying in comparison to somebody who's like the head of, you know, PlayStation America, or the head of PlayStation Europe or Japan, or somebody who's like an actual developer. You compare that to his job, and you want to have confirmation over what he's saying over what somebody, like I said, who is a developer or something like that. I find that kind of strange. And it's funny that, you know, certain gamers out there will diss IGN and say that IGN is not credible and blah, blah, blah. But then when they posted an article talking about, oh, that there's only going to be a maximum of 20 characters day one. And then when I look at where they got their quote-unquote confirmation from, it's from Sid Shuman, who is not a developer of PlayStation All-Stars. You know, he's just a blogger. Some dude on Twitter asked him, hey, you know, is 20 characters the maximum? And he says, yeah, to most likely cover his ass. The game's not out yet. They're still working on the game. Omar Kendall has already said it's going to be more than 20 characters, and no, he was not talking about DLC. And at the end of the day, we'll find out for sure on November 20th when the game comes out. And if there is 20 characters tops, there's two things I gotta say about that. And I know you're gonna talk shit about this too, but one, the PS3 is Sony's third home console. Now, Super Smash Bros. 64 came out on Nintendo's third home console, and they had somewhere around 12 to 15 characters. Sony right now has 20. You know, I know that the times were different, the standards, all that shit. At the end of the day, it was 3 home consoles with, you know, a good amount, excuse me, with, I don't want to sound like certain people, with a certain, you know, a good amount of first-party games on those 3 home consoles, and they had the handhelds and all this stuff, with a great amount of first-party games, first-party characters, first-party franchises, and they put 12 to 15 characters in there. They could have had more than, they could have put Diddy Kong in there and people like that they wanted to. They didn't. They had 12 to 15 characters in there, you know, maybe had to do with, you know, space and things like that. So, speaking of space, people want to bring up the fact that, okay, well, this is on a Blu-ray, you know, so they got all this space, they should have, you know, like 100 characters in here, or, you know, whatever, right? You guys forget this game is also going to be on the Vita, which, correct me if I'm wrong, the Vita can only hold a couple gigs. So keep that in mind, too. The Vita can only hold so much. So maybe they do have to hold action characters for DLC, and, you know, so you can put that on the hard drive, put that on the memory stick on the Vita, because the Vita's actual game card can only hold a few gigs, to my knowledge, right? So maybe they can't put in like 1,000 characters in the game they want, right? I'm just saying. So, somebody please send me a link, give me an article, give me a video with Omar Kendall or somebody else who's like of importance at Superbot Entertainment, somebody who, you know, signs the checks at Sony PlayStation, or somebody from Santa Monica Studios saying that yes, there's only going to be 20 characters day one. And I will make a video, you know, talking about that article. I will give you a shout out and all that. Because, you know, I could completely be wrong. I am kind of out of loop right now when it comes to gaming and looking up stuff, because I've been so busy with work that I really haven't had the chance to just be looking up shit up. Damn, 5th place. I haven't really had the chance just to be looking up shit, you know, like I usually do. So maybe I'm out of the loop. Maybe there's something that I missed. The only information I've seen from somebody from Sony saying that there's only going to be 20 characters is Sid Shuman. And I'm sorry, that's not good enough. And for those of you certain gamers talking about IGN and giving them so much shit, it's funny that now all of a sudden you're using their articles and, you know, laughing about the whole 20 characters only thing. So somebody please give me an article from somebody besides Sid Shuman. I don't care if it's from IGN. I don't have a problem with IGN. Some of y'all motherfuckers do when it's convenient for y'all, but so Omar Kendall, somebody of that you know, nature, saying that there's gonna be 20 characters max. And once again, I would say, hey, look, here it is right here, guys. Omar Kendall, for example, you know, said there's only gonna be 20 characters max day one, and here's his reasons why, which it could very well be because the game's on the Vita or whatever. Send me the article, I'll give you a shout out, all that good stuff. Let me know, because like I said, nigga has been busy with 2 jobs. I haven't had time to look up stuff as much as I would like to, so I could, you know, just be out of the loop easily. You know, so keep the fanboy shit, you know, to yourself. I know somebody's gonna be like, oh, you're being a fanboy, you're sitting there defending Sony again. I'm not defending Sony, I'm defending games that I like, okay? There's a difference. Okay, people, last time I checked, you know, being a gamer is about talking about video games that you like and playing video games that you like. No matter, you know, I don't care that this is on PlayStation, okay? If somebody said Mario Kart Double Dash was a piece of shit, you know, kart racing game, I'm gonna talk about it, okay? talk about it, okay? You know, my channel is dedicated to more new school games, so that's why you don't see me talk about Mario Kart Double Dash or talk about the Dreamcast as much as I do the PS3, because, you know, out of all the current systems, you know, I'll say about 2005 to 2004-ish on up, the PS3 is my favorite system. You know, the DSi is probably my next favorite system if you want to count handhelds. Surprise, surprise, motherfuckers. Not 3DS, the DSi, if you want to count, you know, handhelds. But yes, the PS3 is my favorite home console this current gen, so of course you're going to see me talk about things on that system. Because, like I said, my channel is dedicated to new school stuff. You know, I don't really give a shit about the 360. I'm just being real, you know, Xbox doesn't really impress me as much, so you don't see me talk about that as much. Halo 4 looks great. I think that's going to be a Game of the Year contender, don't get me wrong. But overall, Microsoft to me is, you know, a load of bullshit when it comes to gaming. You know, the Wii, I don't have a Wii, so I don't talk about the Wii as much. I play on it a lot because all my friends have it, but, you know, I don't own one. I got a GameCube, I got a Super Nintendo. You see what I'm saying? So you see me playing Double Dash right now on my GameCube, alright? You know, on my GameCube. So, yeah, of course I'm going to defend games that I like, and since I talk about current gaming, and the PS3 is my favorite current gaming system, when certain games come out on that system that I like, I'm going to talk about it, because I'm a nerd. I'm a video game nerd. This is what we do. This got nothing to do with being a fanboy. Well, I'm in a place for that. This got nothing to do with being a fanboy, okay? When the Wii U comes out, if there's games on there that I like, games that I played, and people are bashing that, please believe I'll talk about it. Like I said, I'll most likely get a Wii U next year. We'll see. Time will tell, but we'll see. Games like Dragon Quest X makes me want to get... Wow. I can't talk and play at the same time. But games like Dragon Quest X is the type of stuff that makes me, you know, want to get a Wii U. So if I do get a Wii U and I'm playing that game, Dragon Quest X, for example, and I'm liking it, people are bashing that, I'll make 10, 15 minute videos defending that game as well. So I am a fanboy of video games. You know, the brand I don't really give a shit about. The Dreamcast is my favorite individual system. You know, pretty much I'd say damn near tied with the Super Nintendo, okay? So, please, people, I know someone, oh, you're just being a PS3 fan. No. I'm just sick of people, you know, bashing this game before it's out. I already learned my lesson with that game. Even, you know, it's funny how I was one of the first motherfuckers bashing All-Stars, but I guess y'all forgot about that, you know, my rant videos. Even though they weren't that big of a rant, I was still bitching, complaining about the game and, you know, the ways that you kill people. Before a lot of other people were even talking about that game, but I wasn't a fanboy then. But now that I'm about to upload this 10-15 minute video of me defending All-Stars and its roster amount, I'm all of a sudden automatically a PS3, PS Vita, you know, whatever, fanboy. You know, I find that funny. But once again, Wii U's coming out. The games on there that I think are good. If I see people bashing it, I'll talk about that as well. All right. Because I'm a fanboy of video games, not companies. Believe it or not. I know you don't believe me, but y'all don't know me. So, this is your boy Bobby W223. This is me playing Mario Kart Double Dash. I got 3rd overall. And yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next video. I'll probably do a video about the Vita, talk about that. And also my GameCube collection, I'm going to do a video about that. You see me playing Double Dash right here. I just got Paper Mario in the mail. Just waiting for Twilight Princess, and I'll do a video talking about those games as well. So stay tuned to that, and yeah. Peace out, y'all.